If you, like me, are very much interested in the beauty and complexity of game systems, in the interesting stories that surround video game design, and in the wider nature of humanity's relationship with games of all kind, there's a particular place I think you'd be very interested in seeing.
And seeing as you're already here and obviously quite enjoy journalistic videos narrated by calming, if mildly condescending British accents, I think I might be right on the money. This is why you should watch People Make Games.
People Make Games is a YouTube channel that focuses on the nuances of game design and the cool stories that come about from their systems, the industry and the people that make and play them. Born from the ashes of Eurogamer's video series Here's a Thing, People Make Games is the result of its team's passion for the stories they are trying to tell, and their dedication to sharing them in the most interesting and entertaining way possible. The channel was started by Chris Bratt and Annie Sayers. Chris, ex-Eurogamer presenter and official nicest pal, provides scripts and presents videos using his skills of investigative games journalism. And Annie, the super talented multimedia artist, illustrator and animator, provides People Make Games with the stylish, vibrant and dynamic visuals and animations that make each video a uniquely captivating experience. The pair were then joined by Quinns, a journalist with a storied history of video production for sites such as Rock Paper Shotgun and Shut Up and Sit Down, who covers the wider areas of game design, from confusing ARG online games to thrilling competitive sports, from amusing game shows to puzzling escape rooms. The scope of People Make Games is now massive, with each topic being just as interesting as the last.
As an example, let's take a look at the video titled "Did Nuclear Gandhi Ever Really Happen in Civilization?" This delightful exploration of video game meme lore proves many of the strengths of People Make Games' ability to take any story from around gaming culture and deliver an informative and engaging narrative.
I'm sure most people familiar with gaming have heard the phrase "Gandhi loves to nuke" at least once, which is of course in reference to the Civilization game series and its legend of an otherwise peaceful ruler with a peculiar fondness for the nuclear solution. Unless you're a big fan of that particular game series, you've probably never given it much thought, which was certainly the case for me, until People Make Games unravelled this yarn of intriguing video game system design, of the struggles of the people behind them, and the propagation of myths throughout the collective gaming consciousness. This video also demonstrates People Make Games' impeccable visual presentation. While outside the normal fare of videos using welcoming shots of the presenters connected by smooth animations to illustrate the points being made, the stop motion animation of a story unfolding on a corkboard is a beautifully realised way of conveying the story being told through a visual medium that involves a whole lot of effort and shows just how dedicated the team are to providing an entertaining experience as well as their willingness to experiment. But if you do want to see a prime example of the classic People Make Games formula, just take a look at their video on Hades dialogue, whose stylish and expressive presentation fits immaculately with the game's motifs, while showcasing the channel's own unique adaptive styles and charming comedic delivery. That isn't to say People Make Games aren't more than capable of tackling more serious topics in their videos. The team covers all facets of gaming, including those areas of the industry and the culture surrounding it that are slightly less fun, but are very important to be aware of. Whether it be about the complicated legality of video game development, or the ethical questions raised about the companies who make them, or even how a game can relate to a political controversy, People Make Games have demonstrated time and time again a commitment to delivering these stories in as thorough a way possible. Even though you might never have otherwise encountered the topics being presented in some videos, they are so engrossing that by the end you'll be left wondering why everyone isn't already talking about this stuff. Just take a look at the video on how game developers outsource crunch to overseas studios. This is a part of the industry that had never occurred to me might even exist, but after seeing 20 minutes of well-researched case study complete with voice-acted witness quotes, I was left shocked that there's so much about video game development that we let ourselves be kept in the dark on.
And it's their commitment to including these serious issues alongside their more fun videos that makes People Make Games such a dependable source of entertaining and enriching content.
Equally as important to the core of People Make Games content as the coverage of video game studios and their antics are the stories of the actual gamers and how they shape the culture and landscape of gaming. A video on the people who have been playing Cookie Clicker for years, apparently, shows how even the simplest games can really stick with people, and how gamers' commitment to games of any kind is beautiful in a way. A journey into the ridiculous and confusing world of Blazeball shows that a massive, seemingly impenetrable mayhem of a game can actually be understood by anyone with the help of a very well explained guide and a whiteboard, and how the passion of the wider community around a game gives it life and can influence it to become something even greater. Even an investigation into the most popular adult establishment in virtual world Second Life, which you'll forgive me if I don't show you footage of here, provides a wildly amusing while informative look into an area of gaming that many might consider unsavoury. But through People Make Games' responsible and respectful journalism and the heartfelt presentation of the stories told by people who work in this environment, you'd be hard-pressed to not empathise with the situation and recognise what these games mean to their players and how it's the players who create the game's value. People Make Games are a dedicated, driven team of people whose skills in presenting stories of all kinds consistently provide engrossing content and highlight areas of gaming in a way that allows anyone to better appreciate the nuances of the things we enjoy. And I sincerely believe that they can be a huge source of entertainment and will allow you to broaden your perspective no matter how interested in gaming you are.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I hope you've enjoyed it and that I've managed to convince you to start watching a new YouTube channel. I also really hope that I've managed to do People Make Games justice, and I want to thank them for everything they do. And I hope we get to see much more from them in future. If you liked this and want to see other channels that I recommend, you can check out my other videos and the playlist that should be appearing on screen now. For now though, thank you again for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.